Legion of Zen and newcomers to the channel, welcome. Today we're going to be doing a review on some sleeves that I decided I wanted to look into some new sleeves, and I didn't find very much information on TitanShield while I was going through the internet, trying to find reviews, trying to find information. So I want to take a real quick look. If you guys can see down here, we have quite a few things on the screen, and this review is completely non-biased. I am not sponsored by Amazon. I am not sponsored by TitanShield. These are just some sleeves that I picked up, and I figured this review would be very helpful to those of you that, one, might be looking to switch sleeves, or two, don't know what sleeves to buy in the first place. This could be a very helpful review. So we're going to get into it, and the first thing I want to say is these are TitanShield sleeves. These are 150 pack, and they say premium quality on them. There's a couple of different sleeves that you can get. The first would be the Japanese size sleeve. These are good for Yugioh. They're good for Vanguard. Yu-Gi-Oh cards are fairly small compared to Pokemon cards, right? So you do need different sleeves. Although you could get away with putting the Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the bigger sleeves, but to me it just doesn't look right. And then also you have the factor of the sleeve just being a little too big for it, not protecting it the way that you want to protect it. So we're going to be looking at two different sleeves here, same brand, and I've opened these, basically just pulled out the package. But basically they say Amazon.com packaging. No changes have been made to the product itself, original TitanShield sleeves. So I guess they make these specifically for Amazon.com, which is where I picked them up. I found these 150 sleeves for $9.99. That was a really good price, and that's really why I wanted to look into it and figure out if these are the sleeves that I want to use moving forward. You can get these sleeves in three different colors. They've got white, they've got clear, and they have black. So if you're into, blue, yellow, all those other colors, I didn't find any of those. I don't think they have them. So you're pretty much, your options are limited. That's the downside to these TitanShield sleeves. Now, personally, I usually just get black or clear. And in this case, I decided to go white because I like the way that the Yu-Gi-Oh cards look with the white background. So that's pretty much just personal preference, color, blah, blah, blah. Actually, I'm going to go into this really quick and just show you guys what this says here. So it's ideal for tournament use, is what they say in the packaging. Professional play, reinforced edge seals for longer playability. It says tough against repeated shuffling, highest clarity. It's got no PVC and they're acid free. So if you don't know anything about sleeves, that is absolutely critical. Doesn't matter if you get these, if you get another brand, whatever brand you get, make sure it says no PVC and that they're acid free. Very important. Prevents bent corners, non-slip touch, 40% thicker than other standard professional sleeves, and protects scratches, dirty fingers, and spills. And the size is 66 by 91 millimeters. And these are sized for standard gaming cards, Pokemon, Magic, baseball cards, that kind of stuff as well. And so the thickness is 140 microns. The smaller sleeves for Yu-Gi-Oh, for example, perfect fit for Japanese TCG and ideal for tournament use. Now, this pretty much says all of the same stuff as the other one, so I'm not going to read it all. The only difference, and I have not been able to find this particular sleeve, the smaller sleeve, without having the matte. So these are non-reflective, non-glare matte, and the big ones don't have that. They are not matte. So I don't know why they make them differently, but that's just how it is. So if you're looking for a non-matte, small Japanese size sleeve, then these might not be the ones for you. However, I don't feel like they're a big deal. They're not like the BCW brand, which is a double matte. Those really take the glare off your cards. They make your shiny cards, your hollow cards, kind of dull. And these don't do that quite as much, so that's a good thing. Just going to go real quick through some of the things we're going to look at. We're going to talk about the fit, the card, how it fits in these sleeves. We're going to talk about shuffling, how well the cards shuffle. We're going to talk about scratching. Can I scratch these sleeves up with my fingernails, for example? We're going to talk about durability, and we're going to talk about use for binders, because a lot of us are just collectors and we just want something to put, a sleeve to put the card in and put that sleeve into a binder. And so we're going to talk about that as well. So let's get started really quick here. As you guys can see, I already have this Zebstrika. It's already sleeved here, and that's pretty much what it looks like with that white background for the card. As you can see, it's a little bit translucent. You can sort of see Pokemon and the Pokeball coming through here a little bit. Now the back is a little bit textured, which is nice because they really don't slip out of your hands, which is really cool. All right, let's talk about fit. So we're gonna go ahead and take one of these Pokemon cards and we're gonna slide it right in there. As you guys can see, it slid right in. I didn't have to force it in. I didn't have to do any pressure, add any pressure to it, which is nice because you don't want that. I think they're a really good fit for the cards overall. So we're gonna go ahead and take a Yu-Gi-Oh card here. See if I can. There we go. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna take the Yu-Gi-Oh and we're gonna slide it right in. And there you go. Again, I didn't have to apply too much pressure to push the card in. I think it fit perfectly in there. And you have that white border. Now, what I was talking about with the bigger sleeves and the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, for example, I need that actually, is you can take a Yu-Gi-Oh card and you can slide it in there. But as you can see, it was kind of, if you do this and you shake it around, that card starts to slide out. Just because the sleeve is a little too big for it. And that doesn't seem to happen with the Pokemon cards, right? So let's put this one in here. We'll shake it around. And nothing. And if you do that with the Yu-Gi-Oh card in the smaller sleeve, shake it around, even pushing them on, on the sides to open it, and the card does not slip out. So fit, I have to give these a 5 out of 5. I think they fit beautifully, and I did like that a lot. So that's a plus for these sleeves. Now let's talk about shuffling. For those of you that play, these actually shuffle very well. I've been shuffling and playing with them for a while just because I kind of enjoy doing this. So I have actually been doing this. As you can see, and that one was not a good one, but as you can see, they slide right in. And one of the things you don't want is you don't want them, your cards getting stuck when you're shuffling. You don't want them to be too hard to have to push in because you don't want to bend your cards. They basically just slide right in, as you can see here. And I can do this all day, and it's actually pretty relaxing, to be honest with you. But yeah, so these work very well for shuffling. I think that the textured back gives it just enough texture where the cards slide in, but they don't fall right in. You have to give them just a little bit of pressure, and they push right in. But they're smooth enough where they do just fall right into place. And very few times do the corners or the edges kind of get caught with each other. It doesn't happen often, so I don't think it's a big drawback. Personally, I'm going to give these a 5 out of 5 for shuffling. All right, scratching. Scratching is is it a big deal? Yes, I think it is. And we're not talking about scratching the sleeve with a card inside. Obviously, if you take a card and you scratch you know, the card could potentially still get messed up. But we are going to take this sleeve here. It has no scratches. It has no issues at all. It is a completely brand new sleeve. And I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to do this. Okay. And I want to look at the scratching on there. And there is some scratching. Like, I could see the marks of my fingernail on the front a lot more than I do on the back. So you can see some scratching there, but it's not a crazy amount. I'm going to give these sleeves a 3.5 out of 5 for scratching. Durability is another factor, and what I'm talking about durability is how strong these sleeves are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the large sleeves, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to try my best. Okay, see that? And it's split in half. This, I mean, I had to apply a lot of pressure for a long time in order to really break this sleeve. The big ones seem to do pretty well with durability. Are they the best? I don't think they are, but I mean, look at that. Some of them are stronger than others. My wrist just popped. This one doesn't even want to break. And I'm applying a lot of pressure to that sleeve. As you can see, I have bent it all up. I just could not break the sleeve. So some of them do break easier than others. Okay, I can't break that one. I can't break that one. However, one thing I did find about the smaller ones is that they split really easy, and they tend to split on this side. I've done that now with a few of these, and I hate ripping my sleeves, but I want to show you guys because this seems to be an issue with the smaller size. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually open up another one of these packs because I don't know if maybe that one pack was an issue. I did this with a different pack the other day and I couldn't break them. But yeah, so the smaller Japanese size are not built the same as the larger ones. So if you are looking for that durability where the sleeve isn't going to break on you during gameplay or whatever the case may be, the bigger ones for Pokemon, for Magic, pretty good. The smaller ones, they're a little flimsy. They don't hold up quite as well. Now, for those of us that just collect and want to put the cards in a binder. Going back to durability real quick, I forgot. I'm actually going to give the TitanShield a 3 out of 5. The reason I'm giving them a 3 out of 5 is because of the small size sleeves and the fact that they, they just rip. And we don't like that. We don't like ripping sleeves. For those of us that are just going to put cards in a binder, honestly, I've been using these a lot for the Yugioh, and I've been using these a little bit for Pokemon. Quite frankly, these work perfectly fine. If you're just going to put them in a binder, you're just going to collect. They look great in a binder, and because they're white, they look really good with the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So it's definitely a plus there. I think the white background on Yu-Gi-Oh looks phenomenal, and so putting this in a binder that has a black back or a clear back or even a white back with the white pages looks great. I absolutely love it. And so for binders, I'm going to say it's a 5 out of 5. There's nothing wrong with these for a binder. You're not going to be pulling those cards out constantly out of your binder if you're just collecting. So I believe that these sleeves are good for the collector, the casual collector, the collector that's going to put stuff in a binder and not pull it out, put it back in constantly. Are they good for playing? I think that the bigger sleeves are good for playing. I think the smaller ones might not hold up to the test of time. However, they do feel nice for shuffling. So take that into consideration. If you're looking for sleeves, figure out which of those are important to you, and then get the sleeves that you prefer. Again, I am not in any way affiliated to TitanShield or Amazon, so this is a completely unbiased review. And I will see you in the next one.